but I thought, it's the end of the day. It's been a great day, but it's been a long one. We've had some beer. I thought I would start this out by talking about some HTML. Who's in, right? Yeah, no? Not so much? You feel like you're in the Matrix right now? Well, what if I told you that code right there could get people to walk into your tap room, sit down at the bar, order a beer, and buy a hat? Does it look pretty good to you now? No? Still no? I get it. You guys are more chemistry than computer science, I know. But this code, this exact code, if you publish this on the internet, it looks like this, which is a big difference, right? That's a lot nicer. But I know a lot of you who are brewery owners or in sales, things like that, a lot of times the website is a necessary evil. You guys hate them. I know you do. And the thing is, you hate a lot of this marketing stuff, right? What is it? We got the website, social media, on-site SEO, local SEO, paid ads, YouTube, taproom, all of these things. None of that has anything to do with brewing beer, right? So it just gets in the way for you. So what is the point? Why are we here? Why are we talking about these things? We are all here for the same reason. It's 2 words. Right here, any second now. There it is. We're gonna sell beer, right? So these are the tools that you can use to sell beer. So that makes it a little bit more interesting, doesn't it? So what we're gonna talk about here for the next 45 minutes or so, if you guys can stay with me, we're gonna talk about 2 of those elements. I'm gonna talk about your website, and then our friend Rich over here is gonna jump in and he's gonna talk about local SEO, which is different than website SEO. You're gonna learn a lot of things. So now, for starters, you don't have to believe me because you don't know me, but I've been doing this for a long time. It makes me feel so old, but I started building websites when this was on the screen. And I have a sound bit. I don't know if it'll play. No. You know what it said, right? You got mail, right? So it would have been awesome if that would have just played right now. Anyway, so that's when I started. I've been building websites for a long time, and I own a company now called Sweet Tea Craft Marketing. So I specialize in branding, web, those kind of things, all of this for you, for the craft brewery space. So what I'm going to tell you right now are 7 things. It's just going to be 7 things that you should have on your website. 7 things specifically geared to driving people into your tap room. Because there's a lot of things you can do with your website. But right now, what's the goal? We're going to sell beer, right? Well, what's the most profitable beer you can sell? One that you pour in the tap room, isn't it? So let's get people into the tap room and let's pour them some beers and sell them some merch. So I see a few of you, when I said there's 7 things, it's like instinct. We pull out our paper or our computer or whatever. I have a suggestion. I'm going to give you all of the slides, all of my notes, bonuses. You even get the picture of Morpheus, all of it. At the end, what I would suggest is pull out your phone or your laptop, open up your brewery's website. Open up your site and do a check as you go through this. See which of the 7 things are on your site, which aren't, which could maybe use a little help. And for bonus points, see how many clicks it takes you to get to each thing, because that's going to be relevant as well. Okay, so first up, big surprise, beer. Put your beer on your website. A website, as you're going to see as we go through here, it's not a one-time thing. It's not one and done. These are living organisms that are a part of your marketing. So keep it updated. Put your beer on there. We're talking about, remember, this is all within the realm of people coming to your site and then trying to drive them into the tap room. So gear it toward those people that care what beers you have. And keep things that are coming up too. If you have things coming up, that might be just what it takes to get somebody to come in a week or 2. So another thing, I have a little bonus point for each one of these. So it's not just putting the beer, but put the specifics, put the ABV, put the IBU, put that stuff on there. The people that you care about as customers care about those things too. The true connoisseurs, the true beer lovers, they care about that stuff. So that's number 1. Number 2, location, 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 right? Well, what is our point here? Get people into the tap room. How do we do that? they have to know where it is, and it has to be easy for them to find it. Make sure the address is on there. Make sure it's clickable. Show a map. What's it nearby? You know, these are all super important things. And also, in line with that, we can think about the location here when we all showed up this morning. What was one of the big issues? Parking, because we had a big crowd coming here. If parking is a problem at your brewery, mention it on your website. Tell them to take Uber or a scooter or whatever it is. Dogs, can you have dogs at your brewery? I mean, all of these things are questions about your location that people ask all the time. You know it's coming, so all of these things are gonna head it off, and when they realize that it's just that extra bit of incentive takes the mystery and the friction away so that they can have a more pleasurable experience when they wanna come in. Oh, I forgot the bonus points on that one. The bonus points on that one are to make sure, which Rich is gonna talk about this more, make sure you're on Google My Business, because then you'll show up in the maps if someone just searches maybe brewery near me or something like that, so you'll come up there, and that'll be, so those are big bonus points too. We're gonna learn more about that later. Next up, hours. Seems simple. Are your hours on your website? Probably. Are they correct? Right? So if they change, or what about if you have, what about when there's a holiday? Or what about when you close for a private event? You know, update your website. And also, update your social media. Are your hours on social? Because I know that's sort of side, because this is about websites, but it's all linked, right? So make sure where people are looking and they want to come in. And the bonus points on this one is, with a few lines of code, I know that's a scary word, but you can add a bar on the top of your site that says open now, close now. It can you just plug in your hours and it automatically shows if the bar is open or not, or opening in 2 hours or something like that, so that when someone is searching, we've all been there, right? It's a 4 o'clock on a random Tuesday or something, we think we're gonna go pop into a bar we love that we're not usually around that time, it's closed, right? Or I was out, I wanted to stop into one on a Monday one time. Didn't realize that brewery was closed on that day. So, you know, little things that make a big difference, that adds frustration. And even if somebody doesn't consciously hate you for not knowing that you were closed, it just adds that little bit of friction. Okay. Next up, food. If websites are a pain in the neck, food is even worse, right? Don't we all hate the food? It's such a nightmare. So, the point of this is, people are gonna ask. They're gonna come in, you know, they're gonna see like, the Baby Maker's on tap, it's 8.4, I might want 2, what's the next question? Is there food, right? Lunch was a while ago, is there food? So let them know. Even if you don't have food, let them know. Just give them their options. Do you have food trucks coming? Do you have an in-house kitchen? Can people brown bag it? You know, tell them to bring their to-go food if they want. Whatever it is, tell them. And your bonus points on this one are a little more work, but they're fun. Put some food pairings on there. Which one of your beers goes best with the lobster dog food truck? Which one goes better with the dumpling truck that's coming? You know, match it up. And this goes a long way too, because sometimes the regulars that always come in and order the IPA, you never know what they might order and try something new, and then you've expanded what you're selling to people. Next up, non-beer. Seems a little counterintuitive, but it's important. You've got a group of 5 or 6 guys wants to go out and drinking with their buddies. One of them doesn't drink beer. One likes wine. Okay, do you have wine? Maybe you do. Is it on your website? When they're making plans and they're looking up the breweries that they're gonna maybe check out, does it show that they have a non-beer option? Is it a cider? Is it a whatever? You know? I mean, come on, guys. Law is law. I think we all know that. Right? You gotta be ready. Do you have all of these things? So, your bonus points for this one, keep non-alcoholic options too, and put it on your website. What's your option? You know, I mean, nobody wants to be the DD, but we're all thrilled to know them, aren't we? They're saints on earth. So give them something other than water all night, and put it on your website. Make it attractive for people that don't want to drive, and maybe, you know, along with that, you can also do some of the ride shares, like Lyft, I know will partner for discounted tickets if somebody isn't able to drive, things like that. So that all sort of falls into the same bit. Out and about, we've talked a lot about distribution today. Are you distributing things? maybe, maybe not. If you've crossed that bridge, let them know. Let them know where they can go buy your beer. Put a beer finder on your website. Let them know, because, you know, yes, this is about getting people into your tap room, but when they come into your tap room, what could be a more amazing way to build loyalty than to let them drink beer when they're not in your tap room too? It's just gonna make them wanna come back for more. Do you do crowlers? Do you fill growlers? Are you in bottle shops? Are you in grocery stores? Do you have any tap takeovers coming up? Let them know.
We
No.
can't do that.
Oh, sorry. Let them know.
Yeah.
Let them know where your beer is.
Good list distributorship.
And the bonus points for this one, we talked about in the very first session today. Offer pre-orders. You know, offer online orders, things like that, to get your beer into the hands of your loyal fans. Number 7, events. This is another can of worms, isn't it? We've got like this baffling situation where people want to exercise with beer. I cannot, I don't want to exercise ever, let alone when I'm drinking beer, but it's huge. This is huge. So, do you have a run club? Do you do trivia? Do you have, whatever it is, because whenever somebody wants to come do a run club or listen to an open mic night or whatever it is, if they want to come paint pottery, for crying out loud, what else are they going to do while they're there? Drink beer, right? So whatever you're using, whatever these things are that you're using to draw people into your tap room, put it on your website. Make sure that people can find it. We've done a little experiment where we went and looked, and about 10% of the people that have events don't even have them on your website. Now, Facebook is huge for this. Facebook is huge because of the social sharing elements, right? So you've all done it. You've clicked interested on something on Facebook. Interested. Like somebody shared it with you or you saw it in your feed. Guess why you saw it in your feed? Because one of your friends already clicked on it. So you click interested. Well, guess what that does? It shows it to your friends. Then if you click going, guess what else happens? You get a little reminder for both of them, really. It says like, hey, there's an event coming up that you were interested in. You still want to go? And it reminds you of it. So, I mean, that takes so much work off of you guys, just getting that stuff out there like that. It's awesome. But you need to have it on your website too. Instead of recreating the wheel, you can link all that stuff. There's plugins, you can link all that and style it up so that you can have all of your social media sharing benefits, but also have them on your site. Your bonus points for this. What's happening when people come? Are you doing prizes? Are you doing giveaways and things like that? If it's a contest thing, if you're doing trivia, if you're doing things where there's like a giveaway, I'm sure your stickers are amazing. But what if you did something a little more? What if you invested, an Amazon Echo is literally $30. You can buy 2 for $50. What if you gave away an Alexa, What if you did a $50 beer tab? You know how many people will come play trivia for a pair of AirPods? And what is that in your marketing, your advertising budget? It's really not much. You think about how many people, if you started to give away a little bit of nicer, even a $50 beer tab, something like that costs you even less. And then it gets people in the door and they come back for more. Once they start coming, those kind of things, people, it's their Tuesday trivia night. They go out with their friends after work and do it. So these are the, that's your bonus points on that one, by the way. So those are the 7 things. I hope you guys stacked up well. Remember to think about how it looks on your phone, not just on a desktop computer, because that's where a lot of people are looking for you. And remember to take note of how many clicks it takes to get to each one of these things. They should all be relatively easy on the homepage or just a click away for these top issues. All these people that are coming, they're gonna, if your phone rings, they're asking you something about one of these things, pretty much. So head them off at the pass, provide all that information, take away the friction, give them plenty of reasons to come in the tap room and buy that money-making beer. So that is it for the website. We're gonna move on now to local SEO, and I'm gonna invite up Rich Owings. He's an SEO guru. His company's called Locals Where It's At, and he's gonna tell you about how to, instead of getting people to come to the tap room via the website, he's gonna say how to get people to walk down the street and find you. Oh, before I forget, I'll put it up there later, I think, but I've got cards that have the URL to download everything. So if you want to grab one of these when you're done, that way you can get all the show notes. All right, Rich.
All right.
Let me just do that.